Hello, everybody. All right. So I started the stream first because, also this is the first time I'm streaming with my new wrist rest that I have that I bought. My old one, my little brother a long time ago, probably about a year ago, I bought this very nice wolf. Y'all can't see it. A very nice wolf themed mouse pad that had a convenient wrist rest on, which has been phenomenal, right? I hear that it's very helpful, right? Well, my little brother decided, oh, look, I have knives on my desk. So he opened one and cut it. And ever since, the little gel that has been inside the wrist rest just slowly came out. Well, finally, it got to a point to where the wrist rest now has a divot in it, and I can't really use it as a wrist rest anymore because there's no gel left in the place where I normally put my wrist. So I had to purchased another one, and I like it. It is very nice. Now, this one didn't come with all the fancy stuff that the other one did, but I still like it. I'm still going to use it. One that I bought before came with not only a wrist rest, it also came with one so, like, when you're typing on your keys, you have the wrist for that and yada yada yada. It's a lot of stuff. But anyway, so to remind you guys of what we've been doing, basically I will grab trucks that I like from the mod uh bench and I will buy them in the game and I'll test them. So right now we're doing an International Fleet Star 2070A standard cab. No modifications except for engines. The next one is a very strange truck, and that's it. I like to call it a bullnose. The last stream that I did it with that one. And I have all these other trucks that I have as well. I think I have, where is it at? There it is. Yeah, I believe, drove that as well. I don't know if I did or not. But, yeah, all of these are basically mod trucks. Very nice mod trucks, might I add. We're about to see if we can actually manage to do this delivery or not. This thing sounds like it's trying to murder itself. Just listen to this thing go. We gotta be careful with that. And I knew that was gonna happen. Oh boy. I'm a great truck driver, I promise. Oh my lord, this thing has got power. Might actually have to cancel the load. Nope, I got it. We're good. It sounds more like a race car than it does an actual rig, but hopefully we'll be able to do what we gotta do with this. As you can see, it says that we have 273 miles to go. It says that it's going to take us 5 hours and 8 minutes to get where we're going. So we're going to see how true that is. Now, if you noticed, I was playing quite a few things today. I played War Thunder, which is nothing new or unusual there, you know. I always seem to play War Thunder, but boy, I cannot drive when I'm outside the cab. lot of other people tell me the exact opposite. They're like, oh, I can't drive inside the cab. I can't drive outside the cab. I've tried, it never goes well. I hate the fact that it just defaults. So that's the air horn. Oh yeah, this thing doesn't come with much customization, so this is basically all you can get. I love the fact when it first shifts out of first gear, it's just whoa! Sounds like it's having a heart attack and dying. Ah, yes, the. Let's kill the truck, shall we? This thing sounds like it's cooking itself with this engine. Oh my god, it's stuck in 11th gear. Hold on, guys. Yeah, to go over where we're going, we're going all the way up here. So honestly, I don't understand why they don't have me just how much faster? Hold on, how much faster would it be if I went this way instead? Like, move that. All right, 263 miles. 376. Yeesh. Yeah, we're not going that way. I would have figured it would have been faster, but no. Please tell me this thing has another gear. Thank God. I was worried there for a minute. I believe it was this one. Yeah, there we go. I was worried there for a minute. Freaking revving it up real fast. Oh god, we're at like 15,000, more like 16,000 RPMs right now. Yeesh. just gonna let this thing drive for as long as we can, at least. You know, I think once I get done, and I kind of want to do this, and I think it would be interesting. Once I get done driving, once I get done test driving these trucks, I think something I want to try and do is go all the way back up to the top of the list and just kind of go through all my trucks and pick one truck of every class. So, like, all right, what I mean by that, let me show you guys what I mean. So, like, all right, we go to the very top. I have a Kenworth, K100E. So, I would go through the list, grab one of my Kenworths. Let's see, Kenworth. Let me find another one. I have quite a few, actually. Okay, so we have this one. So, let's say I grab this one, and I grab it, and I do the longest possible job I can find with the first place that I go to, no matter how much they pay me for it or whatever, and just drive and just see, how much. And then, all right, so the next one will be a Peterbilt. So, obviously I know I have a few for these, so I would just do that one. And then, of course, you got the Freightliner. Is that the cab over, or is that the other one? That is the other one. The other one is kind of annoying. Of course, you got the 351. Yeah, the FLB is the one I'm thinking about. But yeah, as you see, I got those. So I would grab all of these types of trucks like that and get them and drive them as far as I can. But that'll be only after I get done driving this truck and this truck, testing them out. Now, obviously, I wouldn't do this with the newer trucks. Like, say, if they release another mod that I really want to check out, I won't do it with those. I'll just leave those alone. Yeah, I wanna do a lot of cool missions and stuff. So, ones where I can actually enjoy the trip a little bit and get to see all these different places and stuff. Because if you guys actually pay attention, I haven't really went anywhere in this game. Like, if you really look at all the roads and stuff, there's so many roads that I haven't even traveled down or anything. And I kind of figured out why it was I was getting such long jobs. I had it boosted up to where the job length was like 150%. So, now I've bumped it back down to 100, so the jobs aren't as long, but I still get lengthy jobs that would require for me to stop more than once. So I think what I would do is I would try to do streams, if I did them, where, I would take a truck and I would completely do that mission, no matter where it was, no matter how long it took in real life, and do that mission so that you guys could kind of get a look at what's going on and everything. Alright, where are they having me go? Okay, so they want me to get over, I do believe. So I need to get over. And I know my little lane assist thing isn't going to do it for me, so I love that lane assist button, though. I'll tell you that. I love this thing. I'm sorry, I love it too much. I love going out of the truck and just hearing as it tries so freaking hard to keep itself from just slamming into something or whatever, or more or less from dying, more or less. We're gonna turn that off and we're gonna drive this on our own. Alright. Oh, I could have stayed in that lane. Well, it's probably a good thing that I didn't. Yeah, see, this is what's gonna kill it here, is this. Yeah, you hear it. It's struggling right now. I'm glad my truck isn't the only one struggling, though. This truck right here is struggling, too. Gotta be careful, because I think once it gets below a certain mile an hour, it does eventually deactivate the cruise control. I've never actually gotten or took that before, so. Alright, let me make sure the road's clear. You can just use this. There we go. And they're wanting me to get off, so here we go. This is going to be where this brake's going to be really nice. I've never actually went this way before, so. Oh shoot. I'm going 59. Trying to keep myself from dying or whatever. There we go. Alright, let them get by me. I've never actually went this way, so I don't know what to expect with this road. Alright, back to 55. Here we go. And they need me to get over, so I need this car to hurry up and move. Do they need me to get off here? Yes, I'm getting off here, so they need to hurry up. Ugh. It's actually like a really interesting way to do all that. I can't believe I've never went that way before. Dude, I can't stand cars that'll sit there, like, right in your freaking way. Dude, I gotta get over. You got to move. Oh, wait, no, never mind. We're good. They're having me keep straight, I guess. Take the turn at 45, they say. You won't make it if you go any faster, they say. Me at 55? Oh, really? I'll tell you, I've said it, and I've said it multiple times. I would absolutely love for the modding community of American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator. More American Truck Simulator for me, because that's the game that I play a lot. But I would absolutely love to see them make some of the old rigs. Like some of the older rigs, older than this, would be awesome. What do you guys think? I guess I should probably ask this. Once I check out these two modded trucks that I'm checking out, I'm going to do both of them in this stream if I can. Do you guys want to see me start that new thing that I'm going to start doing? Do you want to see me do it with the full-on, where the, let me see, where are the settings for the game? Options, gameplay, the rest state simulator, where, enable the fatigues, mandatory brake. Yeah. See, funny enough, if you don't have the traffic offense on, this won't affect you either. So, I could turn the rest state simulator on and, it would be really interesting, I think, to see like how far my truck driver can make it, yada yada yada. I mean, I could do the mandatory brake thing too. Like, I would not have a problem trying the mandatory brake thing. Because if I remember correctly, the mandatory brake thing is like for every like 18 hours, I think, of driving. You have to rest for like 12 or something like that. I can't remember what the rules are. Which, it's interesting to me that it took them that long to implement that, because that is a massive part of truck driving now, is the mandatory breaks that they make you take. But yeah. Overall, like, this truck is not that bad. I actually like this truck. Yeah, I think I want to kind of do like the longer truck routes. Like, when I say longer, like, I'm talking, I think if I remember correctly, my place is set up in Arizona. Like, I think Phoenix is where my main garage is. So like, going into Phoenix somewhere, finding a job, grabbing said job, and like, let's say that they give me a job that starts from like Phoenix and they want me to take it all the way up to like Sydney. I think this, I want to say Wyoming. I might be wrong, but you get what I'm saying. Like Sydney, Wyoming, or I don't know, like in Nebraska somewhere, or maybe have me take one into Texas or Galveston. I thought Galveston was a massive city. I know San Antonio, Austin, Texas, I've heard of Houston, Galveston, Dallas, Fort Worth, I've heard of Texarkana, funny enough. You know, the funniest thing that they could ever do in this game, get Texarkana and then add, I believe, if I remember correctly, they had to drive all the way to Georgia. I believe, was the Smokey and the Bandit thing. I would love absolutely nothing more than to do that route if they ever added it. But nah, instead, they're deciding to add a country that has absolutely nothing to do with American Truck Simulator, and they're going to add British Columbia rather than continue with the states. That pissed me off when I found out they were doing that. And it's not because of the fact that I hate Canada, it's just, you have like the entire East Coast that you have yet to do. You have Central Middle East area, or Mid-Eastern, I don't know, Midwestern, we'll go Midwestern, because I think that's what they call themselves, I don't know. You have that entire area over there that you haven't done yet. But you're going to do British Columbia before you finish that. I don't know their logic. I'm not going to try and know their logic. Probably just their way of getting ready to connect up to Alaska or something. I mean, I don't hate it. I mean, I would like to eventually, with American Truck Simulator, I'd like to be able to go down to Mexico. I'd like to be able to go up to Canada and drive all the way all around in Canada. I would love to do all that stuff. I'd absolutely adore it. But your game is called American Truck Simulator. Okay? America is not finished. Why are you going to Canada? And granted, funny enough, I still don't have all the DLCs. I still don't have these 5 states right here. I still don't own those yet. But, without those states, you still have all of these over here. They don't even let you go all the way over on the map. And you have all these states down here. Hell, I'd love to go to Florida. That'd be fucking awesome. But yeah, they don't even have Mexico done yet. But nah, instead they're gonna have British Columbia put into the game. Like, excuse me for not understanding their reasoning behind any of that. Like, I'm not trying to be a self-centered jackass or anything, but I mean, your game is called American Truck Simulator. You would think that that would tell you something. I gotta start putting on brakes and stuff, so. Alright, well, we got a hill right here, so that'll at least help a little. I hope. Oh, the light screen! Oh, nope, it's yellow. I'm still taking the turn. I don't care. What in the Jesus Christ is this road? I did not foresee this going well for me. Yep, there it went. I knew it was going to disconnect that thing because of how weird the road was made. Well, guys, I guess we're in Washington now. I think I've actually went this way before. Yeah, I have. I know where I'm going. Kind of. Shakes head vigorously. I have no idea where I'm going. Alright. Good thing I got like 2 different tanks. Actually, I got like 4 different tanks on this truck, but this thing actually gets decent gas mileage. This is definitely a truck that if I use it again, I won't do a dual trailer like this. I'll do a single trailer. Because this thing, I like it and all, but definitely not built for this. Bus! Hi, bus. Bye, bus. $5 says they're gonna make me go through that way station. If they don't, it'll surprise me because they let me go buy the last one. Oh, great. I get a downhill area that if my brakes give out, I'm screwed. This is nice. Thanks, game. Way station, way station, way station, way station. I knew it! I don't know why I was happy about it either. It was just, I knew it! I like that the way station's on its own little road. That's cool. And yet they somehow still managed to only give the dudes like their own tiny little shack. Like they never give those dudes like a bigger place to go into. Like it's always a tiny little shack. I got 40 miles to go. Also, I have a nice little feature activated that I really like. So, if I just sit here and gun it, it will guzzle gas more than if I just set the cruise control. Why the flip would you just run into me, you stupid cop? That cop just said, nah. Boom. He didn't hit it no light speed neither. I have a check engine light on now. Thanks a lot, you stupid idiot. That dude saw my truck and just said, all right, and then just gunned it. Come on, and 60. There we go. All right, we're going to do the lane assist for the last 26 miles and hope that it works, by the way. Yeah, how's everybody's day been today? I should probably get over into this other lane. Oh, shoot. This is where I gotta get off, right? It's like a pain in your ear. Well, that was a tanker truck the way that they have it designed. He's not even running with any lights on. Like, there's no tail lights on him at all. Dude, I pray. I'm literally tailgating him right now, just trying to get out of the way. Oh my god, I gotta get back at him. I've never done that before. That was very irritating. But hey, I mean, we're here, at least. Alright, we gotta stop the truck. And we're done. We finished the mission. So, boys, there you go. Enter, and I'll put it where you want me to, I guess. It just screams. I love the fact that this thing just screams at you. Like, it's like, I don't want to do it! Alright, let's see how much money I lost off of that. Oh, wow, okay, so they didn't... Wait, hold on. So they didn't take money away because of the trailer damage? I guess it was just the goods that you were worried about. I love how, like, when I first started... hold on. Oh, that's just the last 7 days. Like, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday, we're all the way back down here again. Yeah, this next one y'all are gonna really find weird. But right fast, I gotta do two different things. One, I gotta completely fix that truck right fast because I completely freaked it up. There we go. And I also gotta give it a driver. And yeah, there we go. Alright, I gotta make sure that all my trucks are at least. Okay, let me totally restore that one too. There we go. Alright. I think I've got about near every truck. Oh, no, this one doesn't have a driver. How do you not want a driver yet? I give every truck I have a driver once I've tested it, quote unquote, so that, we don't have to deal with all that, but, yeah. Alright, now this truck is going to look extremely weird right off the bat, and I did not realize that this truck was like this until after I downloaded it and I actually was customizing it. This is one of those weird trucks where they have the weird setup for it, where the cab is it's like slid over to one side, and it just makes it look really freaking weird. But oddly enough, it's a very interesting design as well. So she's crunk up. Get her lights on. Alright, there's her lights. She's not a very decorated truck. Does she have any sound? That is the most silent engine I have ever heard, dude. Where's the engine sound? Dear Lord. Alright, let's go. Oh, excuse me, I'm not in Phoenix, I'm in Tuscan. Whatever that's supposed to mean. We're gonna drive down here. We haven't been down here yet. So, we're gonna go down here. We're just gonna drive over here. We're gonna find us a job. I want to know what and who designed this truck, because this is oddly annoying. Like, I like the hood and everything. This thing's nice. I like the interior, as little as it may be, but I mean, it's killing me with the truck noise itself. Like, I pray there's more to this truck than just silence and deadliness. Because I don't think I can deal with ding dong ding dong ding dong ding dong while I'm gassing the truck up. Oh, there was a red light there. But yeah, this is a truck from the same creator that created the Peterbilt that I showed you guys earlier. The truck beforehand, I believe, was made by him as well. Both the Peterbilt, I think it's 350 and the 351 are made by him. There's actually quite a few of them that are made by him, but yeah, the only thing that I can see that's really going to be a problem with this truck is I can't see any of the lights, so that's going to be a problem. But that's okay. It won't be that much of a problem. Alright, let's get moving. pray this thing hits a lot faster than just 52. Is this one of those stupid trucks that's only used for... Oh, no. Oh, no, no, failed. It's failed. No, no, ain't happening. That is not happening. No, 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 no. I'm going to scream if I have to drive that slow. Actually, funny enough, all of these that you guys are seeing right now, I haven't rode yet. So, yeah, I don't think I've gotten the chance to drive the Dodge yet. I'm going to go back up, funny enough, to the one that I was going to drive, and we're going to try to fix... I gotta remember. I'm trying to figure out which ones I have and haven't drove. So y'all gotta get, if y'all don't mind, please just be patient. Okay, I've drove that one. So I must have drove one of those. So we are just gonna go on ahead and say that the next one we needed to drive, I do remember that one, so I believe it would be this one. It's the most American truck you guys will ever see. Look at that. Hell yeah. Alright. Alright, let me put that extra. Yep, there we go. Hell yeah, right? Come on. Hell yeah. It's got the nice fancy modern interior. I mean, look at that. That is wow. Just wow, right, guys? Alright, I gotta go figure that truck out right fast. Let me see if I can get any more speed out of her. Maybe put a better transmission in her or something. Let's see, upgrade transmission. There is just absolutely no way in hell. That thing had a 15 speed! It was stuck in 10th gear! Why was it stuck in 10th gear? Let's see if I just do this one. I kind of like this one. I don't foresee this thing doing like that. Okay. We're just gonna do what I was talking about. I'm not trying to drive that thing again. So... Oh yeah, the amount of power that these things have, by the way, listen to that. Yeah, I put all the power into these trucks. Other than the mud flaps that are clipping into the I guess that's the aerodynamic thingy. I can't remember what they call it. Aero wing or whatever. It's a nice looking truck. I mean, look at that. That is gorgeous, man. That's a screenshot. Look at that. That is awesome. Hold on. What if we turn the wheel this way? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Pose for me, baby. Hell yeah. Dude, that would have been perfect to do for 4th of July, like just doing American Truck Simulator. Like honestly, that would have been the perfect thing to do for American or 4th of July. But if you guys notice, like one thing that I don't like about these like massive trucks with these massive hoods, you can't see over them. I'm dying here because the fact why does my seat feel lower? I don't think it's lower. I think it's just me. There we scenario to try and get this thing turned out. This thing is massive, so... We're not going to take that turn, though, back there. We're going to take the next one. Yes. We don't have auto zone. We have car zone. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I love seeing them do, like, little parodies like that. It's always funny. Alright, well... The American legend. Oh, yeah. Ah! Oh. Also, I was very, very upset to hear that Kenworth was discontinuing the W900 series. The excuse that was given was, if I remember correctly, that the emission laws were the reason why they were discontinuing the W900 series. They wouldn't make it after a certain year. And I'm over here when they said that, and that was the excuse. I'm like, the W900s are still being produced. There's no fucking reason why y'all can't add whatever emission shit that y'all have done to the modern shit to the W900s. It has nothing to do with the emission laws. I think it was just that they decided to get rid of it. Kind of like Peterbilt kind of stopped with its 389 series. I don't think I've seen a newer 389 in a while. But if you guys notice, look at the clearance and how easy it is to see things now compared to what we were dealing with that other one. Well, but this truck's just like... I keep forgetting you can't activate that under a certain amount of whatever, but... Yeah. You see, I don't drive trucks myself. My dad did for his entire life, basically. As a matter of fact, right before we found out that he had cancer, I think it's 4 years ago now. 3 or 4 years ago, somewhere around in there. It's 4 years ago, actually. Excuse me. Right before he found out, or we found out that he had cancer, he had just gotten fired because of the fact that he told his instructor for TMC. No, I'm not giving shout out to TMC. Those assholes fired my dad. Not because he did anything wrong, but because of the fact that they had my dad doing training shit that he had already done, and he didn't need it. And, to make a long story short, my dad was like, I don't understand. Hello, how are you? My dad was like, I don't understand why the hell you guys are having me do this. I already know all this shit. And apparently, They didn't like his tone very much, so they fired him from TMC. And that was like right before we found out that he had cancer. But for my dad, it was always interesting because if he wasn't doing truck driving, he was always doing car repairs. Because if he wasn't driving a truck, he was a mechanic. So like those are like the only two things that he grew up knowing how to do because he had been doing them his entire life. So he had went so long without the mechanic job and without driving trucks that he ended up, funny enough, actually getting a job as a maintenance guy at a truck stop. So he was still around trucks, funny enough. But yeah, the thing I think for me that makes that story funny is he was working there when he came down with his cancer, and he went from, it's not something I like talking about, but I talk about it every now and then because why not? He went from being able to do everyday things to laying in bed and sleeping all day. The hospitals basically did absolutely nothing for him. They basically, because my dad had no insurance, they absolutely refused to do anything to try and help him. And they basically, they didn't care. They didn't do anything. So to sit there and watch your dad slowly die as there's nothing you can do, it was painful. And I've said multiple times if I could have took his place, I would have. But my dad was the best truck driver I ever knew. People say that he could drive the wheels off a truck. He actually did it. Once, but he actually did it. And that is probably the funniest story that I could tell you guys if y'all were interested in hearing about it. It is my favorite story of all the crazy things that my dad did. I think it'll always kind of be my favorite story because of how crazy funny it was. But basically, the way that I've been told the story was him and my mom were driving, I can't remember where they were driving, but they had to go through a weigh station. Well, they went through the weigh station and the guy's like, that doesn't look right. So they had him go around again and again. I think they had him go around like 2 or 3 different times. Neither time the weight looked right. So they ended up having him pulled to the side, and sure enough, he had drove, I can't remember if my mom said it was the left or right front tire off of the damn truck. It was hanging on for dear life. So they ended up having to wait until they could get somebody out there to come and actually put a new tire on the front end. He hadn't even noticed that it had blown. He hadn't noticed that it had, nothing. They were apparently hauling something heavy enough that he just didn't notice it, like at all. But that is by far my favorite event from when my dad was a truck driver. Funniest story. And it's kind of funny because my dad, he used to work for this trucking company, and well, he would always drive fast. We'll say fast because, fast. And the joke remains that my dad had so many people call in on him that they ended up putting a fucking speed limiter on my dad's truck just so that he wouldn't be able to drive so fast. It is the funniest damn story ever. All right. Let's hit the tires. There we go. Oh, just hit that corner. Is I can't complain. All right. Time to get on the road. We got what? Ooh, almost 1,000 miles. Woo! That is a long way to go. But before I do that, I do have to. I have to go do something. So I will be back. I'm gonna put it on the map so that you guys can look at the lovely route that I have to take. There we go. I'll be back. Oh boy. Ugh. All right, now I'm a real truck driver. I got me some off-brand Mountain Dew. Hey. All right, brights on. All right. Now this is going to be the difficult part, is actually trying to get this darn trailer out of here. All right. Which way are we going? Going right. We're going to have to take the whole road in order to do this. There we go. All right. Now we're out in the road. Now we can get moving. Oh, God. Excuse me. I think I accidentally hit the engine button. Excuse me. Hmm. We got 39 hours. Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta do something. Options. Gameplay. Mandatory. Avoid mandatory rights. Rules. We're just gonna do the rest state simulator first. Alright. And yeah, we're gonna add all the bells and whistles eventually. We're gonna have it to where everything is on. Well, not the traffic offenses, we're not doing that, but the other two things, yes. Alright, got her. Boom. Alright, perfect. And we put the lane assist thing on, and we're gonna do it. I can just let her drive. And we're only making $27,000. May as well say $28,000 off of this load. Oh shit. Well, I've been streaming this now. Oh, can't worry about it right now. Actually, I can. There we go. I'll go look at it right fast. Holy moly. I've only been streaming this for like 2 hours. It's a lot longer, honestly. But, yeah. This is a 38,000, I would say 39,000 pound truck right now. So, dude, please, for the love of God, turn. Come on, come on, come on. Shift. Shift up. Come on. Or not. Maybe. There it goes. Alright, get that going. Get that going. There we go. Well, guys, it doesn't give me a fuel gauge. Oh, yeah, it does. Down there. Okay, never mind. I love how this truck beside me tried to pass, and now he's just bogging on down. Yeah, you should have known better than that there, buddy. I see why he's wanting to. Okay. Get that back on. We're just gonna stay in this lane at this point. Because I don't think. Yeah, we're gonna be checking this road for a while. Matter of fact, we're on Interstate 10, right? Yeah, we're taking this all the way through until we get to 20? I-20 for real? You know, my mom didn't think that I-20 actually went as far as it did. But yeah, I-20 goes through my state, by the way, for anyone wondering. Obviously it would go this way. It would end up going by that. But if I bought that, it would go straight through that anyway. But yeah, we're gonna end up driving on the road that I'm familiar with. Well, I don't live in Texas, but trying to find the. Okay, I found the fuel gauge. We're good. I know how to read. Funny enough, this is what a truck driver deals with like all day, other than the swaying back and forth. A truck driver will sit through, I don't even want to know how many hours and miles of just constantly driving. Ooh. It is definitely not for the weak-hearted, I'll put it that way. great. Here we go. Back and forth, back and forth. But yeah, I mean, I like my truck. I don't like how dark it is on the inside. Is there a button for that? Hold on, let's see. Option keys and buttons. Let's see. Wipers, turning signals, light modes, high beams, warning, horn, light, air, beacon, differential. Nope. I do not even see. A Oh, there's a dashboard display mode. Yeah, I don't take the picture. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what that's supposed to mean, but yep, there we go. We're going down to 65 coming up. There we go. Just go ahead and bring her down. I've got to figure out a way to light my trucks up a little bit more because this is just killing me. This is a nice one. But enough, I actually think I've been to this one before, but £75,000. The other thing that pisses me off is I don't like the fact that like you've got all these other trucks that are just all willy-nilly, just doing what they gotta do. And then here I am having to pull into a damn thing. They need to, like, one of the things that I think would be great for this game is to do it like that actually happens in every state. Well, at least in my state, the way they do it in my state is they don't select a certain truck and go, hey, truck with such and such, or such with Uncle Sam on the side of it, pull into Waste State. No. The way that they do it is they have an open sign, and if that open sign is on, every truck is supposed to go in there. I wish they would make it to where in every state in this game, every truck is required to go in there, and it actually back up. Like, it get back up to where there's actually traffic jams and stuff, because that has happened before, and it can happen. But who am I? I'm a nobody. We got to get over it. Make sure there's nobody beside me. There's not. There's actually, funny enough, there's one thing I have to add to this truck that I don't have on it. And if I can add it on it, it'll make it look 100 times better. And that is the side mirrors on the hood. Y'all notice how I'm passing trucks? There's a reason behind that, and the reasoning is actually really interesting. So, modern rigs are all capped out at, I believe it's like 60 or 65 miles an hour is the fastest they can go. My dad, when he was driving for TMC, it was capped out at like, I think it was like 67 point something or 66 point something miles an hour was the fastest he could get. They all have speed limiters on them. So needless to say, you're stuck having to go only 65 or your engine will stop itself. It will slow itself down. And not only that, all the safety features they have on the trucks aren't safety features. Like the ones where it like automatically brakes if a car, slams on brakes in front of you. That's more dangerous than it is helpful. The thing that made truck driving awesome was the fact that truck drivers were their own bosses. I wish they would bring that back. I wish that truck drivers would stop being hired by all these damn organizations and they would go into their own businesses and doing owner-operator things rather than doing a business. Because that was when trucking was at its peak. What's my next truck, by the way? I guess I should also, that's my truck right now. Let's see, it'll give me a little dot as to what my truck is. All right, so the Kenworth K100 or W900. So this is my next truck. Look at that gorgeous thing. I'm joking when I say gorgeous, by the way. Nothing gorgeous about it. Yeah, to answer y'all's questions, these are what I was talking about, the mirrors. I like having them on my trucks because they do actually help. Unlike what people like to believe, they actually help a hell of a lot more than people realize. Because when I'm playing this game, especially, it's really bad. When I can't see this mirror, I rely on this mirror. A lot of truck drivers used to rely on this mirror. I know I do. Because this allows you to see all the way down. This mirror doesn't give you the view here. This one at least allows you to see here. And the fact that they took them off is really stupid to me. A lot of the modern trucks will have them. I've went by plenty of them that don't have them. I don't know why. I haven't been able to figure out why. They just don't have them. Also, the kind of rule that I'm going for with this is I buy a truck and then I don't modify anything except for the engine and transmission and the paint job and everything else basically stays the same. Back in time. Speak. We got flames. What? The Juggernaut one? That one's cool. Oh, hell yeah. Dude, hell yeah. Dude, I love the fact that they're doing that. That is awesome. I'll do this one for this. I like that. Alright, this is where things are going to get interesting. Alright, I'm not putting an oversized load. There is no way I'm actually going to put that on this poor truck. Elite. I don't know what the difference is. We're just going to go standard. Go the Elite. Oh, the Elite just adds chrome. Boy, what an important legacy and a beacon. Yeah, we should. I'm gonna do the arrow. We're gonna add this thing and have it as aerodynamic as we possibly can. See, I like this, but I like this better. There we go. Yeah, get all the aerodynamic stuff we can on it. Now, I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, dude, you're ruining the truck. You're making it aerodynamic." I can't agree or disagree more. For me, um, I think aerodynamics actually do help the trucks, even though I don't like admitting that it does. It does a lot. Um, it does increase fuel mileage, but then the question becomes at some point, like, are we really at this point worried about aerodynamics when your truck looks like fucking this, you know? When your truck looks like this, you know? But for me, I do worry about it at least a little bit with my trucks because it does make them look really nice. I mean, look at that. That looks nice with that blue. The blue rims and everything look really, really nice. $77,000. Yes, we're gonna take a little break from driving for a minute. And I'm right there at getting that too. That pisses me off. I actually got to see one of those, believe it or not. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do the all-wheel drive. I'm not gonna do that fucking. See, I can't stand that they do that. They have six wheels, right? But they only have a drive shaft for one of those six wheels. I can't stand that they do that. That is by far the dumbest idea anybody came up with. Oh, dude. Dude, if we get a bigger one, I'm getting that. That looks awesome. Stars and oh hell yeah. Alright, now hold on. Hmm. You know what? We're just gonna start from the top with our trucks and just work our way down. How about that? Let's see if we can do some aerodynamic stuff with this truck. Ooh, exclusive. Look at that. I like the exclusive one. The exclusive one looks nice. I'm not a big fan of this version of Western Star. I don't like the way that they make them look. I think it makes them look really, really pathetic. I like the older version better, but I can get used to this, I guess. Oh my god, what did they do? Please tell me I can add my aerodynamic. Thank God, that would look really pathetic with that on there. Hold on, which one looks better? Yeah, we're sticking with this one. That one looks a hell of a lot better on it. That I don't know what that idea was, but no, just no. And I like the fact that you can add like all the aerodynamics and stuff to it too. Like I've seen trucks and honestly, you know, talking about aerodynamics, you would think that by now with day cabs like this, if they were so concerned with aerodynamics, what they would do is they would extend the aerodynamics further to like here and make it where they go over the rims and stuff. I think somebody did try that. Okay, so if we're going to have the dual stacks, we actually have to do this. And honestly, that doesn't look half bad. Wait, hold on. If we moved those, though, what would happen if I did the single? Okay, so okay, it won't let me put the there, period. We'll get the exclusive one. Alright. And then oh look. So that's kind of what I was talking about, but not exactly. Now the question is, do I want to put those on? Considering I took no, won't look right without the without all the other aerodynamic stuff. So we'll just leave it alone. I'm about to have a lot of people mad at me, but I'd really ooh, that was actually close. I really lighter. Yeah, like right there is perfect. 66, 35. Dude, that's actually about near exactly the paint job. And yes, I'm a very, very, I love white walls. Don't ask me why, I don't know. I can't answer that. I don't worry about interiors too much, if I'm being honest. What in the Jesus Christ did they do to my boy? Okay, so it looks like they tried to do an aerodynamic thing. They did put a decent engine in it. Now, do I want a Volvo or do I want? Okay, this one has higher RPMs. We're going to do the Cummins transmission. We're going to do 18 speed. Hmm. Yikes. No. Ain't happening. Nope. That's too much white. I know that sounds racist as hell, but it's not. I just no. Just there's just way too much white on it. Together we made it. That is actually real cool. Stars and Stripes. Let's see what else I got. Wait, do they have the? Oh, dude. I'm gonna lean towards that one a little bit. We were first. Dude, they got some kick ass damn camos for this stuff now. Yeah, we got to do this for the guys. I mean, come on, for the boys. Can I get a for the boys? For the boys, yeah. Just nothing. Just everybody's dead, I guess. So, we'll keep them at a bit or that thing. Also, what is that windshield? Dear God. Here we go. We'll keep the light bar. I like the light bar. We'll keep all that. Yeah, we'll do that for it though. Can I extend chromed with fluid? That looks nice. Okay, yeah, there we go. That looks nice. Yeah. Hell of a lot nicer, actually. What do you guys think? Yeah? Okay. Mm-hmm. Yep, totally got a response. All right. Well, let's go green. Can we get like a camo green? Ooh. 119. Now, hold on. We'll just select the tire and then we'll go with the color. That way I can just paint it in and be done with it. All right. What was the color? 119, 71, 26. 119, 71, 26. I like that. That actually kind of fits that really well. One of the things I used to do is I would try and color coordinate the like with the camos and stuff, I would try and color coordinate with them, and it didn't go very well half the time because it was like, oh well, this one doesn't have like the paint job numbers or whatever on it, so I have to just base it off of whatever I can find, and then it just ends up looking like shit. So we're just gonna leave everything else. What do you mean? No, that ain't working. Just some random stacks poking out the top. I gotta admit, that looks really good. I mean, I don't think this particular truck was built for this particular chassis, but it was something that the game actually made, so we're gonna go with it. I mean, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do on that one. Alright, let's get the moving, guys. We got 715 miles to go. Let's get out of here. You know, I love the fact it has you going 65 through here because just recently, probably about a year ago. No, probably, we'll say about 2 or 3 years ago when they were working on I-20 in my state. It used to be 75 all the way through. Like, they would have it 75 up until, like, a certain point. Well, no, it's like 70 up until a certain point. 75 is what I drive it because you can go 5 miles over the speed limit. Well, not supposed to, but you can. Most cops don't really pull you over if you go 5 miles over. But, especially not on the interstate where there's like several different people that they could pull over. They don't tend to do it there. But, anyway, they changed it to where now you get to a certain point and it goes down to 60 miles an hour. And I'm over here just like, why'd you change it? And the bad thing is, they changed it, but nobody heeds it. Literally nobody goes. I have yet to see a car that actually goes 60 or 65 through there. I put my speedometer down to 65 and my truck goes about 5-ish miles faster than it's supposed to, according to the speedometer. And people are passing me like I'm sitting still. So yeah. Let that soak in for a minute, you know? You got people speeding like crazy. Oh, welcome to El Paso. Wait, am I in Texas? Oh, dude, I just made it into Texas. Cool. It means I'll go through Van Horn. That's another place I know of, by the way, is El Paso. There's a lot of like famous YouTubers, funny enough, that actually do live in Texas. Bowtime Gaming lives in Texas. Funny enough, arguably, and I hate this YouTuber with a passion because he's a fake ass motherfucker. But Mr. Beast doesn't actually live in Texas. He lives in North Carolina. But I'm sorry, I can't respect somebody that does good things for people only so that he can make YouTube videos about it and get glorified over it. That's the only fucking reason he does that shit. Like, who the fuck cares if you went and bought or you went and paid for 100 people's surgery to be able to get their eyesight back, or 100 people's hearing aids, or if you went to Africa and drilled wells? Okay, that's cool. You did something good with your money. Don't need to fucking know about it. That's for you and God to know that you did that. But no, he demands every bit of recognition for the shit that he does. And it's like, you're not doing it for the right reason at that point. That would be like tomorrow, me taking whatever little bit of money I have left and randomly going to a gas station and filling somebody's thing up and going like, today I'm filling somebody's car up. You know, I don't know. It doesn't sit well with me when you use other people to profit off, or when you profit off of other people, I should say. The bad thing is, I don't think he paid those people either. Like, if he paid those people to be on there, it would be different. But he doesn't pay any fucking body to be in his videos. It's just more of a, if you're in this video, you're in it. You know, that's all that matters. Also, I find it funny how I basically just made, like, most of my money back off of one thing. Where are we passing through now? Oh, we're still going through El Paso, that's why. It's really nice through here, though. I've never went anywhere in my entire life. Like, I've never been to any other state, so being able to do this in American Truck Simulator does make me happy. It does. It's a very, very, very nice city. Yeah, I know there's going to be somebody that's going to hate on me because of the fact I hate on Mr. Beast. Like, you know, the truth hurts, and Mr. Beast doesn't do the shit he does for the right reasons. Plain and simple. I mean, the guy doesn't. I'll be fine. I don't need or I don't need to sleep just yet. I'm gonna do a few more miles. Alright. There we go. Get her back up to speed. When are we going to 20? Oh, we got a while before we hit 20. So, yeah, we still got to go through Van Horn. I'll probably stop somewhere around in there, and I won't top it off with gas because I don't even know if this thing's going to need to top off with gas before we get there. Like, we're almost halfway done with our trip, and we're not even through a quarter of a tank yet. Well, actually, we're 3/4 of a tank low, but we'll be fine. $80 miles an hour just seems a little crazy, but whatever. If they say it's okay. Oh my dear Jesus. I'll add that mandatory break thing once we get done with this. All right, we're in Van Horn now. This will be interesting. I do need to get over, so we're gonna go ahead and get over. There we go. Turn that back on. All right, we're going through Van Horn. All right, I got to, dude. They've got to fix that at least a little. I don't even want to know how many miles this truck has on it now. Yeah, I know a lot of people like playing a lot of gun games and stuff. But for me, when I play American Truck Simulator, I prefer to actually be realistic about it rather than to just gun it and get there and hope and pray that my game doesn't murder itself. Or my truck, I should say. Oh my lord, just... Give me a second.
CSA, 1 man per bus, pizza house. I'm finding out the benefits, it's 30 days, one that's classy inside. No, well,
Alright, boys, here we go. On to 26, or 20, excuse me, we're going to 20. We're getting to a point we might actually have to take a mandatory break here. Let's see. There is a gas station right up ahead. We'll just pull in there and get some rest. I mean, we're almost halfway there, according to the miles. So, I mean, we might as well take us a little break. It'll give us a chance to do whatever. Yeah, see, watch this. I love this about my truck. Like, it does have the automatic braking system and all. So if I get behind somebody who's slow, I'm gonna let it kind of show you guys about how fast this guy's going. This guy's going 65. About 65 or 64. Like, that's as fast as he's going. We're gonna pull off into this nice truck stop they got. get us a rest. That is if the light ever turns green for us. Oh, look at that. I can go in there. I can get me a burger. Hell yeah. Alright, I'm going to go into the truck entrance, which I'm assuming is right here. Shoot. Oh, thank you, sir. Even the AI are nicer to me than people in real life. I'm gonna actually try and back this thing into a parking spot today. Maybe. Yeah, we're just gonna try and back into one of these spots here. My dad used to be able to do this blindfolded. Yeah, there's several things I gotta add to this truck. See, if I ever do, there we go. Alright. Alright. Oh, we gotta do things. There we go. Alright, lights off. And see, that's inaccurate. In real life, a lot of truckers leave their trucks running. Alright, so rest starts. Okay, so let's see. Alright. Let's get up at let's get up at 9. That's like 4 hours, yeah. Alright. Like P for wipers, yeah, okay. Well, boys, we did it. That is the first time I've seen a Kenworth with that kind of windshield wiper. I like it. Most trucks that I see have the slit in the middle, so they have the other kind of windshield wiper. knows like rest areas are places where you can recover from fatigue and stuff. It's like, oh really? Well, duh. I would have never guessed that. I'm getting back on the interstate. I am not taking the long route. Not if I can keep from it. And that would have increased my travel by like 50 some, or yeah, a little over 50 miles. So yeah, we're not doing that. Yeah, eventually, if I did decide to keep playing this game and all, I would love nothing more than to be able to get this game and get me a steering wheel, like a gear shift, and get me like, I want to say like maybe about 3 computer screens to do this with. The reason I say 3 is because, you know, I feel like 3 is a happy number. I mean, I get one big one, I get a massive big one in the front, and then I get one on the sides so that it would look like an actual truck. Funny enough, I could have just kept driving and found this place, but I like the idea of parking at one of those other places rather than that. Alright. There we go. Just let it accelerate. I'm going to try and get this job done before I decide to get off, because I'm pretty positive we've been playing this for a while. Oh, yeah, we're at like 3 hours almost now. Yeesh. I swear, this game is one of those games where, like, you can drive for however long, but it does never feel like you've driven for as long as it says you've driven. Oh my god, why would you pull out in front of me, you dumbass? It's okay, there was no damage done. Well, there was, but not enough to worry about. We'll take care of it later. Oh boy, now this is some grade A type way station stuff here. They got a massive tin roof over the way station, which I guess is a lot nicer than a lot of other places, because a lot of other places just have it out in the open. This is nice. Oh wow, okay, I lost weight because of the gas. That's actually really cool that they added that little feature. Because if you guys remember, we were at 75,007 earlier. We were just now at like 74,000 and some change. So yeah, gas does actually affect your weight in this game, which is really, really cool. I did not realize that. That is like a really cool feature. I'm glad that they added that little piece of whatever you want to call it. Alright, we're gonna haul ass, because we got a long way to go. Did it say 65? It did. There we go. Truck, please tell me you're going to get the hell out of my way. Thank you. You know, something I would have loved to have done. Unfortunately, like, in order to do it, though, everybody would have to have the same exact DLCs and everything as you do in order for it to work. I would have loved to have done a convoy where everybody has the same kind of trucks, you know, everybody has the same DLCs, yada yada yada. And we all just do like this massive convoy, and instead of using Discord chat or any of that, we would use the CBs. It would be the coolest thing ever. Dude, we still got like a hell of a long way to go. We still got to go through like 2 different cities. I hope they speed it back up. That's all I know. Is this gonna be one of those things where they have all the truck drivers going at like freaking 65, but the cars can go at like 70 or some shit? I hate when they do that. But 20 is bad about, well, I haven't seen it done with 20, but 20 is bad about like going like slow as hell. I used to have, funny enough, I used to have a mod that I had. I think I still have it, but I don't have it active, where it would increase every speed limit sign by 10 miles an hour. So if you were supposed to go into the way stations at like 15, it would bump it up to 25. Or like this road here would be 75. The 80 mile an hour thing that we went through earlier would have been 90. And the reason I don't have that one active is because I noticed with that active, I would have my truck going that speed limit, and I would take one of like these sharp corners, something like this actually, something a little sharper than that, and the truck would not be able to take the corner. It would I'm manually driving this thing. I have like A or D pressed down as hard as I can. The truck could not make it around the corners. You would have to slow down. So what I did is I took it off, and I noticed that the truck could make it at the speed that the game gives you. So yeah, that was a really cool little like thing. I thought that was pretty cool. But anyway, we got 315 miles to go, so I'm going to let it do its thing. I kind of wish that I could hold on, guys. My YouTube's acting weird. Alright. I wish that I could listen to music. I really do. It'd be great. But unfortunately, it's not going to let me listen to music without getting copyrighted. So, I mean, I think I have a truck driving playlist. I might not have a truck driving one, but I do have like a buttload of truck driving songs that I could listen to. So, but I can't, because if I do, once this video comes out and they review it and everything, I'll have to go through and mute the sections that have music in them. Which, funny enough, nothing really happens during those, because I really don't talk very much during those sections, but still, I don't want to do that to you guys, so. Because then there's just going to be, like, parts where the truck's driving, but there's no sound at all. So, yeah, I'm not going to do that to you guys. Our gas is at less than a half a tank. I'm hoping this truck can make it with the amount of gas that they gave us. Also, if you would really, really like to see me play Euro Truck Simulator and do something like this where I do as many large jobs as I can. Of course, I'll only have mods in there for the trucks like that are European. Let me know whether it be after this video comes out and you may watch it all the way and you hear this. You know, if you guys want to see stuff like that, I know there's one British person in particular that does watch a lot of my streams that would probably love to see me go through their country and tour it rather than having to look at American trucks and apparently how quote-unquote ugly they are. But, you know, European trucks are built for functionality. American trucks are built to pull. Now, Volvo, I'll tell you now, over in Europe, Volvo is the fucking workhorse when it comes to oversized loads. But over here in America, Kenworth kind of does a lot of that. I mean, I have seen some Peterbilts, and I have seen some Freightliners do it. Hell, I've even seen a few Volvos, but for the most part, if you're seeing an oversized load, you'll see a Kenworth here in America, because Kenworth is built with the idea of pulling shit. But in the Euro Truck Simulator, I only have a in there I only have, well, I have a few trucks, but not many. But I have like an old, like, French truck that I have, and I bought it because it was like the oldest thing that I could get my hands on, and I didn't like all that modern stuff that they had in there, so I was like, I'll just buy this one, and I bought it, and I like it. It's a nice truck. The thing that aggravates me with European trucks, though, is there's not a lot that you can really do. I mean, you can add like as many tires as you want onto it. You know, you can add as many of those and drivetrains and stuff like that. But as far as customization goes, there's not a lot of room to do anything. So you can't really customize it and make it look cool as hell like this. I mean, you know, sadly. But, alright, I need to find a rest area. Oh, look, there's one coming up. I gotta pull over because my driver is getting fatigued again. Actually, we'll just make it as far as we can on what we got. Gas and all. But yeah, I like having the dash the way that they have it in this truck. It's really nice. But yeah, here's what the interior looks like. I mean, it's not very large. It's not, you know, a lot of rigs. I feel like American, like people think that, like, when they see an American truck, a lot of people, especially an American truck like this, I've noticed a lot of Europeans are like, oh golly, and I'm doing a British accent just because I don't know how to do any other accent. Oh golly, that is a large truck there. I bet it holds an entire house. And then it's like, nope, just 2 beds, maybe a few shelves, and that's about it. And then when you look at like British trucks, it's basically the same thing. The only thing is they don't have the shelves. They have a bed, and that is it. They don't need everything else because of the fact they don't have to travel as far as American trucks do. People underestimate how large America is. It is very large. America is a very, very large country, and it would take forever to get across the country. Forever. If you went from, I don't know, let's go Pennsylvania all the way to California or something like that, it would take you forever to get through it. Meanwhile, Europe is completely different. If you wanted to go from, all right, the topmost I have is, I think, Germany to, let's say, France. Dude, you can do that in like no time. And it's honestly like, I don't hate it, because like I feel I'm kind of jealous of that when it comes to Britain. Like, you can take like 30 minutes. Well, we'll say not 30 minutes. We'll say an hour in Britain. Or not Britain, in Europe. And you can go from freaking one part of France to the other in no time. One part of France to the other in no time. One end to the other. I'm trying to fucking talk and I can't talk. From the topmost part to the bottommost part in like an hour or so. America, if you want to do that, it takes you like an entire day, almost, to drive from one side of the state to the other. It's insane. Hold on. Oh. It wasn't showing it for me for a second. I don't know why. Like, it's insane how much farther they can make it, you know, in no time. And I'd love to go to Britain. I really would. I would love nothing more than to be able to go to Britain, France, Germany, all those different places, and just look at the sights. You know, because no matter how small those countries are, they have so much history. I mean, America has its history, yes, but Britain, France, Germany, all these other countries have been there for so much longer. They have so much more history, all. And I am a history nerd. I love history. I didn't used to be that way, funny enough, though. Up until like 9th grade, I hated history. I was a full-on math nerd. That was my thing. I liked math. And then like 9th grade, I think, was when everything kind of hit like a pivotal moment, and I started studying like planes and tanks and ships and stuff. Because I'd always been a train person, but, you know, I got into planes and ships and tanks and stuff like that. And it's like something clicked, and I became very, very bored of math and very, very, very entertained by by all the history and stuff. honestly, I feel like a lot of people don't realize, like, how far America has come when it comes to trucking either. When trucking was really becoming a thing in like the, I want to say 60s, 70s, and 80s, they had these weird ass regulations where the truck length had to be a certain length. That was basically what that was, right? Well, the trucks, the length was so small for the trucks that you couldn't get something like this. You couldn't get anything like this. If you bought a rig that had a cab like that, an engine and all that stuff, like this, you had to get a day cab. You could not get a sleeper because the regulations would not allow it. Or you'd have to get one of those really fucking weird ass ones. I don't know why it's telling me to do that. I gotta get off. Like, I'm literally getting off, dude. What do you want from me? I'm not pulling in. I'm going this way. Sorry. My person is like extremely tired right now. I was gonna stop and I accidentally didn't. You are getting tired. Oh shit, my fatigue is getting bad. Yeesh. My truck driver's starting to fall asleep on me. It's okay though, because we're about to deliver this, so. Well, guys, I managed to make it here with like a quarter of a tank of gas left, so just as I figured we didn't need to stop and refuel. We'll just do that. We'll do the happy medium. We'll get some XP, but not a lot, you know? Alright. Oh, damn. I didn't even pull it in here straight. Damn. Oh, well, it won't take me long to straighten it back up. I can turn these off now, too. Well, what the retarder does, so I don't want that on. I'm aware I'm sleepy. Calm down. Yeesh. Oh yeah, we just got a new thing for the Western Star. Alright, we're just gonna do this, yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Alright, now. We go down the list. We're just gonna drive every truck, honestly. Alright. Now, before I go anywhere, I have got to grab my truck that I just had and modify it slightly. I know that goes totally restore. Well, that's gonna help it. So that's the sleeper we had, the Aerodyne sleeper. This one's the Studio sleeper, which is a very much larger version of that, but yeah. Gotta have 18 speed, bro. 18 speed. Cowboy life, that's actually funny. Oh, Canada! I love that. See, these people somewhat have a sense of humor. I'm not exactly sure if the people, the Canadians are gonna like that sense of humor, but I mean, I find it funny as hell. Just do it full on fucking red. Hell yeah. Yeah, I don't like that as much as I did. I thought I would. Eats. Hell yeah. Alright, here we go. Alright, now. Before we go anywhere, I'm gonna go and customize another truck right fast. Oh, can. This one I'm pretty positive I've done about everything I can to it when it comes to the truck itself, but I want to be sure. I will say this, I do really like how that looks. A lot of these actually look really good. Like I like this one. I like the colors. I like this one. I like that. I like that one. And I like that one. Hell, I like all of them. What am I kidding? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just do this one. Alright. We're just gonna keep, I think, the black rims, because I think the black rims will look really good on it. And we're gonna do the spikes, of course, because, you can't go anywhere without spikes. Well, bam! Oh, there we go. We're not putting a crap ton of lights on my truck. That's just not happening. Alright, we're gonna keep the rubber duck. I think everything fountain is staying the same. Round, painted, yeah. Yeah, about everything here is staying the same. Like, there's nothing I can do to change it. Like, I could do the both bent with the guard, but, like, I like the straight. I think the straight looks really good on it. So, we'll keep the, yeah. Alright. And I don't think I've done anything with this yet. Don't really think there's really much that I can do with it, honestly, because, yeah, as you see, it doesn't have very many options for anything that you can do with it, so I had to do what I could. It's a Dodge. I mean, come on, you can't break a Dodge. Well, you can, but I try not to. Oh, this is one that we can do here. All right, let's see. What can we do? First of all, we can give you a decent Cummins. We can give you an 18 speed. All right. Now, you need a paint job that actually looks decent. I like the Timber Trail. That's actually pretty cool. Got one with flames already, so we're not going to do that. I think I might have one with that. I don't know. I like this one, the Dusky Trail. That's actually pretty cool. But we'll do this one because patriotic stuff. And do we want this one or do we want just the large? I like the flares. I just think it looks better. Big old grill to put on the front, standard headlights, standard. I think everything on this truck is standard. This is the most standard damn truck I've ever fucking seen. What do you want to do with this, boss? I don't know. Standardize it. Chrome 2. What's Chrome 2 look like? Ooh. We'll do this one. As I get the feeling they have something special for this, don't they? Yeah, they do. Alright, we'll do that. That actually looks really nice. So we'll do that. I don't want a donut. Somebody in the background. Yes, you do! No, I don't. I don't even like donuts, actually. I can't stand them. I have never been able to stand donuts. The thought of them makes me barf. I'm not even trying to be mean about it. Like, it's just I have never been one that has liked donuts. All right, what do we got? Nothing worth the share. Damn. All right, well, you know what they say: if you can't beat them, join them. So, all right, hold on. Now, hear me out. Red, white. How fucking pathetic can we make this? Blue. You know what? Patriotism, bitch. That has got to be the most American bullshit I have ever seen. I'm okay. That is the most American bullshit. Oh, I'm keeping it though. It's funny as hell. I can't get rid of that. That's too fucking funny. Actually, I gotta go through here and see which trucks I need to quote unquote totally restore. I thought I went through half of these and did that, but I guess I stopped at some of them. Which it's fine, it's not gonna kill me to restore some trucks. I guess it depends on their mileage too. Alright, so let me look at like this one. How many miles does this truck have on it? No. Holy nerd, dude, look at that. Alright. Now this one's kinda new, so we're gonna keep everything on it. It's just what do they have on it currently, by the way? It's not giving me a check mark, so we're just gonna go with whatever they have because I really don't know what they have. Oh yeah, we want the 300-gallon tank for one, duh. And secondly, we want this an 18 speed. Now the camo is gonna be the kick in the crotch, so to say, because I don't know which one I'm gonna want. If Peterbilt will ever get anything decent, what in the rainbow is this? Rainbow Drive? Oh, we're not doing that. And we'll do this one. It looks cool. We'll do the flare. I don't like the middle thing being gone like that. I don't know why. It just doesn't look right to me. All right. And we got to do the extremely pissed off look to the truck. Now, the question is, I want the Legacy. I think the Legacy's look better. Yeah, the Legacies look like 100 times better to me. All right. Legacy. We're going to make this an entire Legacy truck. Why not? All right. And then I'm surprised it hasn't given me the option for the aerodynamic stuff yet. Yep. And then this. And what color do I want my rims to be? Let's do a nice light blue. Oh, dude, yes. That color. 192, 100, 100. I don't think I could have done that any better. All right, now we got to do something about these freaking hubcaps they have. Yeesh. Hang on, I don't think that's a hubcap. Hold on. What is that? Ooh, Peterbilt. Ooh, okay, well, yeah, we'll do the Peterbilt ones. I like that. The chrome really makes that stand out. All right, I'm gonna do the chrome Peterbilt hubs again. If I can find them, there you are. Do that. I'm trying to like make sure that everything is. Okay. Huh? Yep. Yep. Uh-huh. Plain stats looks so much freaking better on this truck. I don't care what anyone says, dude. Yeah, we gotta keep the classics on here at least. I'm surprised they didn't give me a an ability to do anything else. We got the white Peterbilt. Can we get the? I like the black mud flaps a little bit better. I think they'll go a little bit better with the truck. And then we'll do this. There we go. Hell yeah, that looks good. I like that. Hell yeah. Hell to the yeah. The fuck did they do that wrong? Alright. Yeah, we're gonna do a massive ass sleeper today. Why not? This thing doesn't feel like it has much torque at all to me. Stars and Stripes. Army. I kind of want to do the army one. So we've done so many of the other ones. So why don't we do the army one? We'll do the army. I like it. It's cool. That way we can do army green, which is actually we probably should do that. 94, 31, 36. We go up 94, 31, 36. Okay, that way it's already there. We don't have to worry about it. I just grab the tires and stuff that we need. There we go. All right, now I can start customizing the rest of this. We'll do some LEDs. Why not? I don't do LEDs very often. I don't like LEDs, actually. We're going to do the standard Mac. I like the standard Mac on this. It looks good. And then we'll do... Can we do a chrome one? No. We'll do the... yeah, we'll do that. And then... do that. And we'll add that. And I go down here. Ah, don't tell me it won't let me do the flarings on it. I hate when it does that. Like, it won't let me add my flarings that I want to it. Because then it makes it look fucking stupid. I mean, I need to add the side skirts and shit. If I can't add the side skirts, it looks fucking pathetic. Because at that point, what are you even bothering to, what are you even bothering to do all the aerodynamic stuff for if you're not allowed to do anything to this? That's what aggravates me about some of these mods and stuff. Is this like, oh, well, yeah, you're not doing that. And it's like, why not? It looked a hell of a lot better when I could do that. I think I'll just do that. I think that looks a little better. Yeah, see, it won't let me do shit to it. Alright, now what were the colors? 94, 31, 36. There we go. And then we move over here. 4, 31, 36. There we go. Alrighty. Get the paint. Yep. And then we'll do the black matte things because I think that looks better for the army. I like the way that looks. I don't know about anybody else, but I like the way that looks. I am blowing way too damn much money on this fucking shit, but oh well. Also, this is the, for those of you wondering, this is the newest of Volvo that's apparently electric. As I said, apparently electric. I don't know if it is or not. I really don't give a shit if it is. Yeah, let's get him. Oh, actually, cool. I like that. Shockwave. Let's do something stupid. Ooh. I like that. I think it looks very quote unquote futuristic for our lovely little champion here. We're gonna keep with the ultimate. We're not putting oversized load on this damn thing. There's no damn way I'm putting oversized load on this damn thing. I might keep actually a lot of the shit on it, honestly. Alright, now we're obviously gonna do the painted road veneers. I have to have my road veneers. I don't care who the hell you are. I gotta have my road veneers. This has got to be like the most stupidest looking fucking truck I've ever seen. But oddly enough, it is kind of interesting. No, we got to get the painted one. I mean, come on, dude. All right, now we got to get the rims. We're just gonna paint them red. We're not gonna give a shit. I'm gonna leave all the stuff on them, but yoink, 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 and then we'll go back to the cooler. There's really not much I can do to this truck because they've already fucked it up enough. Yep, and that's all of them. I feel bad for the guy that has to drive that. Oh no! I have to drive this, so I mean, all right. Where do we want to go? Let's see. I went over to there, so let's go to Walbert. Let's go to Walbert. Yeah, I like Walbert. Actually, considering how late it is, I think I'm gonna go on ahead and call it a night. Um, it is currently 10 o'clock for me. I might actually, considering how much I genuinely enjoyed this, I think I'm probably gonna do this again. So I hope everybody has a lovely day, night, whatever it may be for you, and I hope everybody has scratch that reverse just slightly. And remember, you mess with the wolf, you get the fangs. Y'all have a good one.